morning, let's welcome Barbara Owusu Himing. Hello, Barbara.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's always such a great honor to be called upon to introduce great men. Our chair is a seasoned hospital leadership and management expert with 30 years experience in hospital management in Ghana's public and private health sector. He is a qualified medical doctor who holds a master's degree in hospital management and human resource development, with special interest in quality assurance in healthcare. He has held several hospital management positions, including serving as the medical director of a secondary level healthcare provider in Cape Coast, popularly known as Interberton. That's the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. He was also the general manager of a quasi-government hospital, the Trust Hospital, for 12 years, and oversaw the tremendous growth of the hospital by establishing several satellite clinics, among other things. At the onset of the historic COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, while the project was, the UGMC was designated as one of the national COVID-19 treatment centers in Ghana by the Ministry of Health. And he led the center to subsequently manage and treat more than 700 individuals who were diagnosed with COVID-19, including patients who required intensive care. He is a visionary and leader par excellence, and is so passionate about equity in healthcare that he does his best to ensure that socio-economic status and discrimination of all kinds do not become barriers to quality and world-class healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, shall we welcome the CEO of the University of Ghana Medical Center, Dr. Darius Osei.
Good morning. You are welcome. And Barbara, thank you for your kind words. I think I accept to chair this function. Nanajwa knows what I'm going through, but she still wants me to chair this. But I'm very happy because we've all traveled together. The hospital itself will be 5 years in July. And so I think if Thyroid Foundation is 5 years, it means we all started at the same time, and then we are traveling together. UGMC is happy to be associated with the vision of the Thyroid Foundation because equity and access are one of the dimensions of healthcare which we all try to. And I'm happy to say that it's not only Thyroid Foundation that UGMC supports. Just last week, we supported some children who otherwise would never have had this care to have a procedure that I can say is first of its kind. We've also supported people with open heart surgeries coming from all over the country, and all of them, I can say, had been subsidized, and UGMC had played a role. I think Dr. Brookman will present the numbers, but so far, UGMC have been very supportive in supporting the Thyroid Foundation. I'm not sure about the numbers, but I'm sure we have subsidized a lot for people who otherwise will not be able to have these operations. The surgical procedure itself is not a problem, but the foundation had gone further to educate people about this ailment, taking them through the journey of diagnosing and then they require treatment, not only surgical, medical as well. And I'm happy to say that the hospital has become a friend to people with thyroid conditions. And what we are doing today is to advocate and make ourselves known more that UGMC is in a position to support persons with these conditions. And so let the newsmen here and the broadcasters broadcast this event and let everybody know. Most of the times, I think the building here scares a lot of people, and they think the cost of medical care is gigantic like the building. But I can assure you that it is one of the lowest fee paying facility if you compare to what we know in town. And what we are doing again will never be stopped, and I will urge that we should promote it and make sure that those who don't have the financial clout will also have access to care. And I'm sure if we continue doing that, we will achieve the objective of this establishment, the referral hospital, which is focusing more on specialized care, training, and then research. On this note, I welcome all of you, and I'm happy to chair this meeting. Thank you.
Many thanks, Dr. Darius Osei, for agreeing to be in charge of our event. We thank you for your words. Yeah. Why are we here? The person to answer that question is the founder of the foundation, who is celebrating 5 years today. She's going to tell us what the purpose of gathering is and introduce some key partners for today's event in the foundation. Let's welcome Mrs. Nanajwa Kunedu Jani.
Thank you, Kof. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Chair, Board Chair of Thyroid Ghana Foundation, President of Thyroid Federation International, President of TASI, Thyroid International from Nigeria, Lagos, and professors here, directors here, ladies and gentlemen, my dearest thyroid patients, thyroid advocate members, I welcome you. I also like to welcome members of the Rotary Club. It's an honor to be here, and I'm happy and so excited that I have you celebrate in our successes and in our joy. We are here today to mark the 5th anniversary of Thyroid Ghana Foundation. So far, so good. We thank God for how far He has brought us. Thyroid Ghana Foundation was launched in 2018 after I had my thyroid surgery, and what I went through, I thought there was the need to create more awareness about thyroid diseases, because the one that I had, before I had it, all that I knew was goiters. Mine was never swollen. There was no enlargement there. So it took almost 8 months before I was diagnosed. And I thought that something needed to be done. I also felt probably my mom died out of it, because she had most of the symptoms I was having as at then, before I was diagnosed. So here we are, 5 years down the lane, being able to create awareness. Now people are more aware that there's something called thyroid disorder, which if I'm being treated for something that is not working, I should prompt my healthcare professional to test me for it, if that is what it is. The focus has been early detection, because mostly by the time somebody is seen, the person had gone through so much pain, and it's not an easy thing to go through. So we thank God for how far He has brought us. And we also thank God that through His grace, I've been able to come out with a book which will be launched today. The person to do the launch will tell us what is in the book. So we are here also to celebrate World Thyroid Day, which is set aside for internationally for all thyroid-related diseases and conditions to be celebrated and to create more awareness. 25th May is World Thyroid Day, and it's been established. This is the 15th World Thyroid Day that we are celebrating with the Thyroid Federation International. It's a privilege to have the president, Ashok Basan, who is the president of the Thyroid Federation International, all the way from Canada, to join us to celebrate it today. Ashok and Anne, you are warmly welcome to Ghana, and I hope that you enjoy your stay with us. Also a privilege to have the president of TASI, which is also another patient advocacy group in Lagos, Nigeria, Iroma Opotoma. Iroma, you are welcome to Ghana. It's a privilege to have you to celebrate our faith here with us. Thank you. We thank UGMC, especially the CEO of UGMC, Dr. Darius Kofi-Osei. CEO, God bless you, for supporting us since 2021 that we wrote to you for support when we brought the plight of our patient to you, that people needed the surgeries, they needed the care, but affordability was a challenge. Thank you so much. We are grateful, and we say that God bless you and management of UGMC. Dr. Solomon Brookman, I call him Surgeon 1. That's the name I've given to him. So when you see him, you can call him Surgeon 1. He's very calm, and most of the patients that go to him come and tell me, hey, oye doctor ampa. Hey, oye come papa ne huju papa, you know? And he's so respectful. These are some of the feedback I'm giving you today. I was waiting for the right moment to tell you. He's so respectful, and his patience and all that. Mr. Brookman, God bless you. Even if management said that they were accepting it, and you being the head of surgical said that your team cannot support, I don't think this would have happened. So God bless you and anoint your hands and continue to bless your generations yet to be born. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. And then we thank all the UGMC staff who have supported this project so far. We are grateful. Our pharmacy team, our anesthesia team, the pharmacy team who has been explaining the side effects of the drugs and how they should take it. Pharmacy, and we've been tasking you to lead us to pharmaceutical companies who can donate. I'd like to especially thank Dr. Pepra, head of pharmacy stores. Kwabna, my brother, God bless you, okay? We are so grateful. He's been leading us to pharmaceutical companies, and we've been tasking them to support our patients with the drugs that they can donate. So I would like to also thank Hill Pharmacy, who has always, every year, supported us with levothyroxine for us to donate to our patients. Hill Pharmacy, we are grateful. We also this year received support from Ghana Gas to support our 5th anniversary. CEO of Ghana Gas, we are grateful. We are also grateful to Republic Bank for also supporting our 5th year anniversary. We also thank the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, of which I'm the Vice Chairperson of the National Executive Council. The director is here, Dr. Adams. We thank you so much, and thank you members for SILG. If you need a leadership group to join, please, SILG is here to help you. And we do a lot of training as well. So if you have skills that you need to, presentation skills that you need an institution to join so that you be put out there, you can join SILG. We also want to thank the Zebras, a cleaning agency that is also supporting us this year. We also want to thank Bed Oak Global Limited for supporting our programs. Universal Peace Federation, which I'm an ambassador. We want to thank Universal Peace Federation. ISO Media. ISO Media is the team of guys that we see here who are covering our programs. Most of the programs that we see for Thyroid Ghana, the documentaries and all that, ISO Media does it for us. So if you are here and you need a media house that would cover a program for you, please talk to them. We want to thank Daily Guide Network. Daily Guide has published all our programs for the year for our anniversary. We thank the MD, Kwame Blay, for supporting us. We thank TV Africa for the appearance and for promoting our program, Metro TV, as well as Original TV for supporting this awareness over the years. We've worked with them since 2018 and they've never disappointed us. I would like to thank Kafui Day. Kaf, thank you, Yes, for always availing yourself to support us. God bless you so much. We are grateful. So if you need an MC to do your program for you, please talk to Kafui from here and he will do justice to it. Thank you so much. We would like to thank each and every one of us who had taken time out of our busy schedules to be here to support today's program. I also want to thank our volunteers, Thyroid Ghana Foundation volunteers. The ladies and the gentlemen you see wearing the blue, they volunteer for the foundation. They use their strength and energy to support our activities. We say God bless you all for everything that you've done for the foundation so far. Finally, I would like to thank the thyroid patients who had availed themselves to be here today, as we are here to solicit for funds to support their surgeries and their care. Some people say they are shy, but you are not shy. You've come because you needed it. We say God bless you, and we pray to God that as you have brought your health concerns, God himself will take care of you as he did for some of us. Thank you very much, and I would like to say welcome everyone. Enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Nana Joa, for the purpose of gathering and all the acknowledgements and making it very easy for Mildred Hansen when she comes for the vote of thanks, because she would just say, please refer to what Nana said earlier. Yes, and thanks for all the plugs, and yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Okay, so we are now going into our first presentation, and this is going to be a talk on the topic thyroid diseases and genetics, and the speaker is the surgeon who with his team has operated on 27 patients under the UGMC and Thyroid Ghana Foundation on the collaborated subsidized thyroid surgeries right here at UGMC. Let's bring onto the stage Consultant General Surgeon at UGMC, Dr. Solomon Brookman. I think we can bring the lights down. Is that okay for the presentation? Should we dim, or you want it like this? Otherwise your thing will become dim. All right, okay. I wanted to give you a cinema style, but come right in.
Thank you very much. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Chairman, Prof. Lawson, Head of Thyroid Federation International, all management members gathered here, Head of the Nigerian Foundation as well, helping with advocacy as well in thyroid education. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. And I have to mention staff of UGMC because they who are responsible for managing thyroid patients, they support us in making it possible that these patients go through the operations they need to go through and get better. So thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be here this morning to talk about this topic. genetics, genetics and thyroid disease. The as we may know, or at least most of us may know, the thyroid gland is a very important gland because the hormone it produces, thyroxine, is a very important hormone in controlling function generally in the body. A lot of the organs in the body depend on the thyroid gland for their function. Temperature, even the temperature of your body, your ability to withstand cold environment. So as we stand here now, if our thyroid glands were not functioning, most of us will not be able to stay in this environment because it will be too cold for us. But the thyroid glands make it possible for us to be able to withstand this environment. So it's a very important structure. And again, I would like to thank Dr. Darius Osei, the CEO of this facility, for making it possible for this to be going on day in and day out as we try to help these patients. To have thyroid surgery in an environment like this and having it subsidized as well, I think it's something commendable. Thank you very much, CEO. Now, as I said, the thyroid gland is a very important structure. Because its function is important. And through this foundation and at UGMC, at the moment we've done up to about 30 subsidized operations, helping patients to come out of their suffering. Now, the conditions are varied. Some come with normal enlargements of the gland with normal function. Because of the pressure effect of these enlargements, they may need surgery. Some also come with toxic symptoms where the thyroid is functioning producing too much of the hormone. And so these patients come agitated, anxious, some lose a lot of weight. So far, we've seen just one cancer of the thyroid, a young woman about 30 who came with a recurrent enlargement of the gland, and after removal, the pathology report suggested that it was a malignant condition. So she was referred to see the ENT and oncologist. As I said, the thyroid hormone plays a vital role in human physiology. It has effects on almost all tissues in the body. It's responsible for growth and development. Even in young children, the absence of thyroid hormones will lead to a lot of serious conditions. It's responsible for maintenance of normal cognition, cardiovascular function, bone health, and metabolism and energy balance as well. Now, genetics affect the thyroid function, both normal and abnormal function. And when we talk of abnormal function, we mean disease. Genetic disorders affect all these. And so if the thyroid gland and its function is so important to our body, and genetics can affect both the normal and abnormal functions of the gland, then it's important that we understand genetics and also be able to understand these diseases in order to treat our patients better. I must say that genetics as a subject, as students, we didn't like it as much as we liked other subjects because it's a very dry subject and sometimes very difficult to understand. So I try not to bore you with a lot of the hard facts. I try to present it in a way that a lot of us will understand. And so the hard genetic facts, I try to keep them in small print, so that I don't bore us. And also I try to make the presentation as short as possible, so we all enjoy it. I think presentation should be interesting and not boring. Now, the thyroid gland is located on the anterior part of the neck. It consists of two lobes, which are connected by an isthmus. Now, each lobe consists of follicles made of follicular and parafollicular cells with a central lumen filled with colloid containing thyroglobulin and enzymes. Now, these enzymes are responsible for the function of the gland, which is mainly the production of thyroxine, the primary hormone from the gland, necessary for its functions. Now, one of the enzymes in this lumen is the thyroid peroxidase, which is responsible for organification of thyroid hormone. Now, two main thyroid hormones are produced by the gland, which are responsible for regulating basal metabolic rate. This is done through stimulation of the sodium potassium ATPase activity. Also responsible for lipolysis, gluconeogenesis, glycogenolysis, growth and pubertal development. I mentioned this earlier on. Brain maturation. I mentioned cognition, coordination, gait, psychiatric function, and intellectual development. Beta 1 adrenoceptor stimulation in the heart. This leads to increase in the contraction of the cardiac fibers, leading to increase in the volume of blood which is ejected from the heart at every pump or every contraction of the heart, and also increases the heart rate, leading to increase in cardiac output, and this goes on to regulate the body's blood pressure and all that, maintaining life and making it possible for us to live. Now, the thyroid function, or the function of the thyroid gland, is regulated by these mechanisms. Thyrotropin releasing hormone comes from the hypothalamus, which stimulates the release of thyroid stimulating hormone, which then regulates thyroid hormone synthesis in the thyroid gland. Thyroid hormone synthesis is also regulated by a negative feedback mechanism. Triiodothyronine, which is the primary functional thyroid hormone, goes back to the hypothalamus to inhibit the production and release of thyrotropin releasing hormone, which further reduces the release of thyroid stimulating hormone, and therefore it reduces the production of thyroid hormone. Now, after uptake of iodine, which occurs at the basolateral membrane of the thyroid gland, T4 and T3 are produced and released into the bloodstream. T4 is the main hormone which is produced in terms of quantity, but T3, which is the active hormone, is produced by an enzymatic deiodination in the blood and also in some cells which have the enzyme needed for this. So this diagram shows how thyroid hormone production is regulated. So the pituitary, which is regulated from the hypothalamus, and then the thyroid gland itself. So when thyroid hormone is released into the circulation, It goes into cells through thyroid hormone transporting structures which are within the cell membrane, and then enters the cell. Within the cell, it goes through the wall of the cell nucleus into the cell, where it binds to receptors on within the cell and leads to DNA transcription and then further production of proteins which are necessary for cell function. The mono-deiodinase enzymes, there are three main types of them which are distributed in various tissues. Type 1 and 2 are responsible for converting T4 into T3, and then type 1 and 3 again also converts T4 into reverse T3, which is an inactive form of the hormone. Now, in circulation, T3 and T4 are bound to thyroid binding globulin in the blood. Now, production of thyroid or the levels of thyroid binding globulin also determine the levels of free thyroid hormones in the blood necessary for body function. So diseases that affect the production of thyroid binding globulin, for example, can affect the function of thyroid hormones. Now this is a diagram depicting how thyroid hormone moves from the bloodstream into cells and how it performs its function by binding to intranuclear receptors, as I mentioned earlier on, and protein production. Now I talk about some of the diseases that come as a result of genetics affecting thyroid function, and I must say that I tried not to emphasize too much on the genetic hard facts, but I discussed the main conditions and point out the genetic changes that affect these that lead to these conditions. Now, congenital hypothyroidism is the most common cause of congenital hypothyroidism is thyroid dysgenesis, and it accounts for 85% of primary congenital hypothyroidism. It's usually sporadic, but may present as a familiar condition. Familiar condition means that this condition can run in families as a result of genetic changes that are transmitted from one individual to the other. Thyroid agenesis is the absence of the thyroid gland due to GNLI's family zinc finger protein 3 mutation. It's a mutation on this particular chromosome, which is necessary for production of this protein, leading to thyroid agenesis. And these conditions, they present also with glaucoma, deafness, liver, pancreas, kidney abnormalities as well. Some of the genetic changes that occur: inactivation of homeobox NKX2-1 results in thyroid aplasia, which is also absence of the thyroid gland. PAX8 gene inactivation results in thyroid hypoplasia. In this case, the thyroid gland is too small to produce enough hormone for body function. This also comes with a lack of thyroid follicular cells and also C cells. Treatment of congenital hypothyroidism is based on weight-based dosing of levothyroxine, and then this goes on to normalize thyroid stimulating hormone and then FT4 levels, free T4 levels. As I said, I try to keep some of these things in small print. These are some of the mutations and the conditions that they lead to. but this is not really for discussion as such. But they are the mutations that lead to the diseases we talk about. Neonatal Graves' disease comes as a consequence of maternal Graves' disease. Maternal thyroid-stimulating hormone activating antibodies cross the placenta into the fetal circulation, leading to production of thyroid hormones within the fetus, and then leading to who, when they are born, they have this condition. It actually starts in utero, manifests around 6 months of gestation, and until about 6 months of age, because around this time all the thyroid, the maternal thyroid antibodies would have been metabolized and eliminated from the body. Treatment is with a beta blocker and methimazole, as we do with almost all thyrotoxic conditions. Autonomous hyperfunctioning thyroid is caused by activating mutations of the thyroid-stimulating hormone receptor gene. It could also be caused by a solitary thyroid adenoma, which is toxic, or a multinodular goiter. Recommended treatment for these conditions is also radioactive ablation and surgery. Hashimoto's disease, which is primary hypothyroidism, is the most common cause of acquired hypothyroidism, and it's an autoimmune condition associated with HLA-DR5. It starts as a transient thyrotoxicosis resulting from follicular rupture and release of pre-made hormones into the bloodstream. Now, as the thyroid gland is being destroyed, the follicles rupture and release their content into the bloodstream, leading to thyrotoxicosis. The patient actually comes with symptoms, but as the gland is completely destroyed, the gland is no more able to produce the hormone, and so the patient becomes hypothyroid. Levothyroxine treatment is started when thyroid stimulating hormone levels get below 10 microunits per milliliter. Now, acquired disorders. Graves' disease itself, as we see in our adults, is an acquired hyperthyroidism. This is an autoimmune condition resulting from thyroid-stimulating hormone receptor stimulation from autoantibodies. Now, antibodies are produced by the body's immune system, which go on to stimulate the thyroid gland to produce thyroid hormone, just as is done by thyroid stimulating hormone. This is seen more frequently in females than males, and the thyroid gland is symmetrically enlarged and is rubbery in nature when you try to feel them. There's bilateral exophthalmos or proptosis, where the eyeballs are pushed forward, so the patient appears anxious when you look at them. They can lose a lot of weight. They have palpitations and they sweat a lot. They are not able to stand heat, hot environments. Imagine a thyrotoxic patient selling at the Makola market on a hot sunny day. It can be distressing. Now, in the treatment of Graves' disease, we first need to correct the life-threatening metabolic derangements. So we use cardio-selective beta blockers like propranolol to control the function of the heart, especially to reduce the heart rate, reduce the blood pressure, and then we give antithyroid drugs to control the thyroid hormone production. If the patients are made thyroid, surgery can be done to remove the gland, and then we put the patients on thyroxine, oral tablets to replace the function of the gland. Toxic multinodular goiter is the second most common cause of hyperthyroidism. It's associated with the mutation in the thyroid stimulating hormone receptor, which leads to hyperfunctioning of follicular cells because they keep being stimulated all the time. The McCune-Albright syndrome, due to activation of the gene protein receptor stimulatory alpha subunit that activates adrenal cyclase, is also a variant of this disease. Now, I talk about thyroid cancer. Differentiated thyroid cancer usually presents late and usually with complications. I mentioned here some time ago when I made a presentation here that I saw an old woman in a hospital I was working in who came so dyspneic. She unfortunately died even before we could do anything for her. And finally, when the histology came, it was a papillary thyroid cancer. So they can come very late. And usually at diagnosis, 40 to 60% already have metastasis in the lymph nodes around the neck and even in other parts of the body. But luckily, they tend to be rare. They are found in approximately 1 in 200,000 persons per year. There are several genetic alterations that lead to activation of a mutagen activated protein kinase pathway responsible for cell division. This leads to excessive cell division within the gland, and so malignancy. Now, these are some of the gene mutations associated with thyroid cancer. Now, these conditions are also associated with other conditions in the body. For example, the Cowden syndrome, which is a specific mutation, also associated with hematomas of mucosal surfaces, breast and endometrial carcinoma, in addition to thyroid cancer. When we're students, what we fancied most was the what we call the endocrine syndromes, MEN2A, MEN2B. I'll talk about them a bit more later. Papillary thyroid cancer accounts for about 90% of childhood thyroid cancers and usually presents as a solitary nodule. Newly diagnosed cases should have ultrasound scan of the thyroid and cervical lymph nodes as well prior to total thyroidectomy. Because this helps in determining the kind of operation to do, and then also whether the lymph nodes around the neck will be removed or not. Follicular thyroid cancer is another variant which is responsible for about 5 to 10% of thyroid cancers and can spread locally to lymph nodes around the neck, and then sorry, but it's more likely to go to distant structures compared to the papillary thyroid cancer. Medullary thyroid cancer is a bit different from this because, as I said, it's part of a syndrome of conditions. It arises from calcitonin secreting cells within the parafollicular and or from parafollicular cells as well within the thyroid gland. About 30% of them are part of a multiple endocrine neoplasia, as I mentioned earlier on, type 2A and 2B. Diagnosis is confirmed by elevated calcitonin levels in the blood because the the cells involved are also the parafollicular cells also produce calcitonin, which is important for calcium metabolism. Now, as I said, these syndromes come with other conditions as well. So the patients should be screened for conditions like pheochromocytoma and parathyroid, parathyroid gland disorders as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation on thyroid diseases and genetics. And before the next presentation, we have a musical performance from a young man, a very talented musician, who was here the last time I was here for another Thyroid Ghana Foundation program. He's going to perform Handel's Violin Sonata in D major. First movement. Let's welcome Isaac Amaning, talented violinist. All right, Isaac. Great stuff. Thank you so much. We look forward to him returning with some more beautiful violin music. So our second presentation this morning, and it will be delivered by the president of the Thyroid Federation International, coming from Canada, Ashok Basin.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Before I speak anything, I would like to introduce my partner, Anna. She is MSc Pharmacology from McGill University in Canada. And she's also been in the medical field, and she's also run a medical publication. She's my inspiration. Because of her, I'm here. And before I speak anything, she must speak so that I can speak.
He's a sweet talker, right? Well, I just wanted to give a word of thanks to all of you for your hospitality. We are from Montreal, Canada. It's my first time in Africa, in Ghana, and I'm very, very impressed. So we went to a museum. There is so much history, and people are so friendly, and the food is great. So thank you so much for having such a great country, and all the best to you for your important work with the Thyroid Foundation.
So you see now, I'm inspired and you are inspired too. So now I have the permission to go ahead and talk to you. I am Ashok Basin, President of Thyroid Federation International. 1980, Diana Abramsky from Canada in Kingston, where our headquarters are. That's where she started this foundation, Thyroid Foundation of Canada. And I was president of Thyroid Foundation of Canada first, before I became the international president from 2007 to 2011. So this movement started in Canada, so that's what, 43 years now since that foundation started. And Thyroid Federation International, we were formed in 1995. So, without going into many details, we are like the United Nations of the thyroid patient world. And Nana, you have done a wonderful job here. And yeah. And I'm really thankful to Iroma, you also, for coming all the way from Nigeria. Because these Nigerians, I don't know, they don't want Canadians to come in, because they take 3 weeks to make a visa. And Ghana is good. Ghana was 5 days. So, they take 3 weeks. They want 3 weeks to keep your passport. I don't know what they do with it. But I did not have 2 weeks in Canada to give the passport for Nigeria. So I'm sorry, I have to drag you here. But it's good to have you here with us, Iroma, all the way to come. You guys must be thinking it's so difficult to get a visa for Canada. I don't think so. It's more difficult to get visa for Ghana and also for Nigeria. You have to have 10 vaccinations, and yellow fever, and then another 10, 15 documents to fill in. You have to prove you have money to come here. I'm not joking. You have to have your bank accounts and all the things. Yeah. What do they do with it? I don't know. But then you have to apply online, and after that you have to go drive 500 kilometers to Ottawa up and down to give the visa, submit there, and then get the visa. If I was your president, I would say to hell with it. You are welcome to come here, because everybody comes and spends $5,000, This is the most expensive hotel I have ever lived, stayed in. $500 a day, okay? The same hotel costs half the money in Canada. So your country should be the richest country in the world, because everything is very expensive. Plus you have the gold, Yesterday we were in the museum and we saw the kings, how they dress up. I'm telling you, The king looks so handsome and the queen looks so handsome in the dresses. The dress is much more beautiful than King Charles. Yeah. So just a few things about why TFI, that is Thyroid Federation International, and what do we do. So we actually are a patient organization for the thyroid patients. And when I became president 11 years ago of this federation, we were, I think, 12 countries in the federation. It was pretty Australia, Europe, and North America centric at that time. But now we have 40 countries and 3 countries in Africa, which is Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. So, you know, we are committed to Africa, and this is my first ever trip to Africa. I've been to this is my 67th country that I've been to, but first time in Africa, and I can tell you, I'm very impressed with your country. I'm really impressed, you know. I don't see any difference between Canada and especially like Montreal and Accra. Actually, Accra looks better than Montreal, yeah. And your roads are even better. So only when I was going to the La Palme beach, your roads were similar to our roads in Montreal. You know, we had a lot of potholes there, so similar. But other than that, your roads are pretty good, and your buildings are magnificent. I'm only afraid you should not forget your heritage, and some buildings should be made with your culture and heritage, because these looks too much Western, and you know, you should not forget the rich heritage and culture that you have, and your food, like Anna said, is marvelous. We love it, you know. We're learning what to call it. The other thing is Google. You know, from Google you find out everything, you know, name of a person, this, that, everything. But I found in Ghana you don't even need Google. Like, take for example Nana, you know, Nana, okay, her first name, that means she's from a royal family, you know. Eduau, she's from this clan, Eduau clan. Okay, we saw that 5 clan. One was, that is the dog, I think, that is for obedience and all that. The shafts are there. Then one is with the crow, one is with the you know, lion, and another one is with a tiger or something. So all different ones are and one is with a fish. So all different ones are there and show personality, and also you learn a lot. So from your name, you come to know everything about the person, you know. So you don't need Google for that. So that was interesting. Iroma shared some myths about thyroid diseases. For example, you know, the bulging eye, people think it is a witch and all in some part of, and they want to kill those people. You know, so those are kind of things that is very surprising to us, but they are there, and you know, that's why it's very important that we have gathered here today and we spread the education and awareness on the thyroid disease so that people don't think these myths are there. Another thing is, you know, and this is common in Asia also, is that men and women get married, or maybe not even get married, but then they want to have children, and they cannot have children, and the man blames the woman blames the man. But you know what? If you have one of the partner has a thyroid problem, you are not going to have a child. Okay? So don't blame anything as man or woman, blame the thyroid. Okay? It's very simple. Yeah. Other thing. Now, this is the 15th year that we have International Thyroid Awareness Week. Okay, 15th year. And we're glad to join you, Nana, for the 5th anniversary year. And this is the first one that we are doing it from Africa, but this is not the last one. You know, now we know what is Africa. You won't believe this, but we only see what is shown on the media, right? So we did not know how beautiful this place is and how lovely this place is, because all they show is some wild animals and all that in Africa. That's all they show. you know. And when it comes to India, they show cows on the road, but you know, it's, yeah. I think they show cows on the road in India because they like the beef, you know, so, yeah. Then we are associated with ETA, which is European Thyroid Association, which is another one is Asia Oceanic Thyroid Association. I was recently in Curitiba in Brazil 2-3 weeks ago, so we were there. And then we have Asia Oceanic Thyroid Association, and also Latin America Thyroid Association. So these are 4, but there's nothing for Africa. So we are trying to make something for Africa. Dr. Bookman, you can help us with that, you know, because there's one in Tanzania recently happened, but that is more on diabetes and endocrinology. But we want to do something here in Africa, and see, like Dr. Bookman, intelligent people, you know, such educated people. So we must put something together and have that, and also have some publications which we are ready to help with. You know, we can do that. I am also a signatory to the guidelines. So whenever European Thyroid Association comes up with the guidelines, they cannot publish the guideline without my signatures as the president of the Thyroid Federation International. The same thing is with American Thyroid Association. They cannot publish guidelines without my signature on the guidelines. So we are involved in that. Same thing for IOTA, Asia Oceanic Thyroid Association, and Latin America Thyroid Association. So, you know, the other thing is World Iodine Network. I'm also signatory to the World Iodine Network also. So, you know, we are associated with that too. So, you know, Iroma and Nana, these are the things that you get with when you become part of the whole Thyroid Federation International. So we are the federation, but you know, it's an individual country, and every individual country is a member. Also some endocrinology societies, like in China, like Korea and other, they're also members of Thyroid Federation International. So we have a lot of medical doctors also on board who are medical advisors, and with being members of ETA, ATA, etc., they can also challenge us if we do not publish something proper, or so we have to go through a process to make sure that what we are publishing is not just anything, you know, which is not vetted, which is not documented. So we go by the documentation medicine, because very often in foundation what happens is, and this is something I want to be very cautious about in Nigeria and also in Ghana, very often people like Nana and Iroma, who are so good and have gone through the thing, they come as the person in charge for the foundation and establish. But then there's nobody to take over from them with the same passion and everything. Now, don't you think for a moment that I get paid for doing this? I'm a volunteer. This is not my job. I have a full job. I'm a president of a pharmaceutical company, which is, again, there's no conflict because there's nothing on thyroid. So I have a full-time job. This is just a volunteer job that we do. We don't get paid for it. So this is totally on volunteer basis we do. So this is about passion. If you don't have passion for something, and the volunteers here, can you raise your hand? Volunteers? Yeah? Okay? Yeah. You guys are great. God bless you all, if you believe in Him. So, you know, yeah. So volunteers are very important because you give your time to, you know, do this. Same thing with us. All of us that work at Thyroid Federation International are volunteers. So it's from the goodness of your heart that you do these things. And that's how it happens. So we're not paid or anything. But recently now we have a very big project with European Union on the thyroid side, which is going to be separate. And we're going to employ some people there, because from Europe we have to take some people, employ them there in that to have the project going. Otherwise, our money we get mostly from, for example, Merck, you know, in Germany, Ipsen, Exelixis, then Immunovant, Horizon. These are the companies that support us, but they have no say in what we do. Nothing. They have no say in this at all. So this is how we run. You know, we can travel and we can participate in meetings, etc. So that's what we do. I'm thinking other things, yeah. So, women are the one which have the thyroid problem the most. Did you know that? Yeah? How much percentage? Can anybody tell me? How many percentage of women suffer compared to men? 80%, yes. 80% women suffer from this. But men, you should not feel that you are getting left over or something. We have our prostate problems too. Right? So don't worry about it. We have other problems that you don't have. Okay? I think pretty much that's what it is. And retardation is another thing that you see some people, retarded, they call retarded. And that is because the thyroid gland is not there, or the thyroid function is not there, and they become that. And goiter, which is still very prevalent in Africa, I hate to say Africa alone, because Africa is not a country. Africa is the biggest continent with the highest number of countries in the world. I think 54 countries are based in Africa. So, but in many countries in Africa, goiter is still a problem. But it's so simple. If you have iodine in salt, okay, the goiter problem is gone. And nothing can be, far from the truth. And you put that in the salt, and goiter problem is arrested. So, my two sisters, they have a thyroid problem. Okay, they are on levothyroxine. And why did I get involved in this? When I was young, I worked with Mother Teresa and opened a mission of charities in my hometown, because I come from India originally, moved to Canada around 33 years ago. So, there I opened that. So part of my life became that I should devote some time for these things. And that's why I got involved in this. And of course, I was in the thyroid field. And then I got involved with this, and it's remained a passion for me. And it has been very rewarding for me. It given me opportunity to meeting people like you, and coming to countries like this, fascinating country. So thank you very much for the warm welcome, and thank you very much, Dr. Darius, Dr. Brookman, for making this happen. Thank you. Thank you, Aroma.
Thank you very much. Really, really interesting presentation there. And don't worry about the 3 weeks it takes for visas and asking for bank accounts. They do it to us too. So, yeah. So it's like you do me, we do you. Yeah. So that's how it works. Okay. One point about and then my Nigerian sister has shown me that when I travel anywhere, I must go with my flag, because when they mentioned Nana mentioned her name, she stood up and she waved her flag. Can we see the flag again, please? Yeah. Rep your country wherever you go. I'm taking that away from today's event. So next time I go elsewhere, you'll see me with my flag. From one Ghanaian to another, the next presentation is on the role of herbs and spices in thyroid disease management and health. He's a registered and licensed dietitian. Let's bring onto the stage Mr. Frank Ayimedu.
Thank you, Kaf. All right. The honor is too huge for me, honestly. Distinguished Dr. Chairperson, all protocols observed. Nana, walking through this auditorium, something came in mind, and I want to share before I continue my presentation. I even forgot my wedding ring. I'm so motivated on the part of you being able to handle home issues and then chairlead this foundation without leaving your wedding ring at home. I pray my wife grew to be like you anyway. All right, so a very renowned leader on medicine, or if I should say modern medicine, Hippocrates, mentioned that we should make our food our medicine and then our medicine our food. And of course, we have another renowned advocate for nutrition in a person of Prof. I remember when you were a dean and then you became a provost, your works manifested that you show more delight and passion in dietetics. We are grateful. And then you also mentored some of us from afar. You are still our role model. We are great to have you in our midst. All right. So I'm going to present on herbs and spices. The first presenter took us through pathophysiology and most of the jargons. Okay. So let's free our minds now and then come home. But before I move on, Anne, or the name is Anna. Have you tasted our jollof spice turmeric? Turmeric spice jollof. Have you tasted that? Turmeric spice jollof. If not, okay. So from here, I would take you to, if I have the permission of your boss. No bias anyway. So all invited guests, foreign delegates, we will take you on a lunch to taste turmeric spice jollof. I'm sure Nana will do us that. All right. So the presentation has an outline of overviews of spices. And then I'm sure along the line, most of us will help us identify the key name, the local names of our spices, so that we will not be missed out of the information we share. I'm also going to take you through the rules of some commonly used spices, and then do a short literature review on the common spices that we know, and then I'll conclude. But before then, what's the tree name for Negro pepper? Negro pepper. Powerful, Hintia. What about black pepper? A tree name for black pepper. Risa what? We have two Risa, a Esro and a form. Esro Risa, powerful. What about Dawa Dawa? Dawa Dawa. It's quite difficult, eh? We have dietitians in our midst who can help us. I see you, my boss. The tree name for Dawa Dawa, African locust bean, right? Okay. What about cloves? Cloves. Pepper. What about cinnamon? You don't, eh? It's quite difficult, eh? We have dietitians in our midst who can help us. I see you, my boss. The tree name for Dawa Dawa, African locust bean, and the herb as a spice, due to how we use it in our culinary practices. However, herbs are mainly from the leafy part, and then the spices are from the seeds, the roots, the bark, the stem, or even the back of the plant from which the spice is obtained from. So apart from being used to flavor our dishes, there's been surveys, there's been studies around these spices, and then it has come out to substantively shown that they pose some form of medicinal functions to our health. So the use of spices have extended into beauty and cosmetics. Now they even have turmeric fortified formulas that the females use. So some are in the form of hair creams, facial creams, even for massages. So they employ spices and herbs in this jurisdiction. Now let's look at these few common spices or herbs that we have. We know ginger, we know turmeric, depending on the school you went. Some pronounce it as turmeric. It's so stressful. So it's turmeric. We also have cloves. So these are pictures of the spices, common spices that we know. And then what you should know is that ginger and then turmeric fall under the same family, just that their species names are different. So they are all rhizomes. And then cloves is obtained from the dry flowering buds of the clove tree. So we have the clove sticks there. It's pepper and you also have coriander. Coriander is in two forms. So coriander seeds, the seeds are coriander and then the leaves are cilantro. Okay. You also have black pepper, and then I helped us with the active compounds present in these spices. So we have cinnamaldehyde, and then we have piperine in black pepper. We also have cumin, and cumin comes from the parsley origin, And then most of the dietitians even recommend parsley for anti-hypertension treatment. It's a potent antihypertensive. We also have cinnamon, we have cardamom, we have fenugreek, we have rosemary. And they all have potent antioxidants or active ingredients that are absorbed by the body. And the body uses that to mop up what we call free radicals. When there's so much stress for the body to handle, we need more antioxidants. We also have parsley, we have celery, we have bay leaf, and we have basil. What's the tree name for basil? The women, can you help us? Akoko besa. We normally use akoko besa for soup and stew, especially when we are using chicken, right? Powerful. And jollof as well. We also have mint. And then mint has its name from the way it tastes. It has a minty taste. And now they even use it in toothpaste and other purposes as well. We also have lemongrass. I'm sure those from the traditional background are familiar with the use of lemongrass, especially for fever. I don't know if it works. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the role of herbs and then spices in our health. Now, this is just a food for thought. India happens to be the most populated country, right? They have about 42 million people living with thyroid disorders. And then they are the most leading cultivated or producers of natural spices. Are you looking at the association? Now, the only surviving African country is Burkina Faso. Where is Ghana? Do we have any survey on that perspective? So it tells you how we are lagging behind in terms of research. Now, let's look at turmeric. So the active ingredient of turmeric is curcumin. Now, it is shown that this curcumin is very bioavailable, or the body easily absorbs the curcumin bit of turmeric when it's combined with black pepper. Black pepper has piperine. So normally in our practice, we do these combinations in their tolerable upper limit. Now, if you pick about a teaspoon, which is about 5 grams, if I'm not so far from right, it has about 5 grams of the weight. It has 5 grams. That's a representation in the form of a teaspoon. It has 19 calories. It has about 0.6 grams of. This is nutrition. This is dietetics. Let me not bore you with that. Curcumin is a natural antioxidant. And then this study, ignore the author's name. Sometimes it's very difficult to mention. So this study came out to show that the curcumin bit helps in regulating inflammation. And then the specialist here will tell you that most of our disease or conditions come out as a result of unregulated inflammation, of which thyroid disorders are examples. So this study came out to show that curcumin is able to regulate inflammation. So in simple terms, it is anti-inflammatory. And it helps inhibit compounds that facilitate the onset of cancers and chronic conditions. Some studies also suggest that the potent antioxidants present in curcumin helps in anti-aging. No wonder it is employed in cosmetics for creams, because the skin ages, right? So if you have more curcumin as part of your pomade or whatever you use on your body, chances are that it will reduce the exposure to free radicals, and then it will reduce the rate at which you age. So another research also went on to say that if you have an area, a community, a country, which is goitrogen prone, if you educate people to incorporate turmeric as part of their diet, chances are that the incidence of goiters or the development of goiters among the populace living in such geographical area will be reduced due to the antioxidant factor of turmeric. Turmeric intake is also associated with reduced goitrogenesis, as I've mentioned. So that is a reference for the study. In another study, they did a case control survey where they gave turmeric in addition to carbimazole. And we know carbimazole is given to patients who have overactive thyroid, where their hormone levels are very high. And then they followed them through to see how efficient the carbimazole will be at the end of the study. And it came out to show that after 6 months, those who were given carbimazole only showed 3% improvement in their TSH. TSH is the hormone that tells how much T3 and T4 will be produced. I don't know if it's the simplest term I can put this statement. So it came out to show that the TSH levels reduced, whilst about just 3%, whilst on just carbimazole alone. But carbimazole plus turmeric shown about 99% with 94 improvements in just 4 weeks with the treatment of both individuals who were having mild hyperthyroidism and then high hyperthyroidism. I mean, in terms of the extent at which their hormone levels are produced. So considering the exposure of turmeric plus carbimazole on antibodies present in such individuals, it also shown that carbimazole only showed about just 18% improvement, whilst carbimazole plus turmeric showed about 88% improvement. So it shows that individuals who are hyperthyroid, if doctors are indicating carbimazole to them, chances are that they can reduce the dosage of the medication whilst adding turmeric to it, so that there is synergy, right? So that the medication will work efficiently. And then this brings us to cloves. So among all the components or stuffs that have antioxidants, so if you are listing them and we want to identify their total antioxidant capacity, cloves tops all of them. So cloves comes first among all food options that are rich in antioxidants. You can check it out. So about 2 grams of grounded or ground cloves contains about 6 calories, 1 gram of fiber, and then what have you. Another study also found out that the antioxidant level in cloves helps regulate free radical exposure, and then for that matter, the extent at which conditions are presented. So we also have antioxidant present in cloves. So a research conducted recorded the inhibition of cancer cells in various parts of the body. So breast, prostate, cervical, esophagus, and other cancers. And it's shown that clove extract used in such surveys came out to show that the antioxidants are present in cloves can be anti-cancer or reduce the prevalence of cancers. So another study employed the use of oil extract of cloves. This was given to rats, right? And then rats is it right to say who? The grammar is not coming. So lab rats, they induced hypothyroidism in lab rats, and then they give them cloves to see whether or not their T3 and their T4 will improve. So at the end of the survey or the research, the antioxidant capacity of cloves oil emulsion helped in the improvement of these hormones, the T3 and the T4 hormones. Another systematic review or meta-analysis was done around cinnamon supplementation. So they gave about 1.4 to 5 grams of cinnamon daily to the study population. And it was found out that there was a reduction in metabolic syndrome. So metabolic syndromes are syndromes that has high cholesterol levels, diabetes, high blood pressure. So together we call them metabolic syndromes. So there was a very substantive reduction in these levels. So it showed a mean difference of 11.6 milligram per deciliter in the cholesterol, and then 6.36 milligram per deciliter in the LDL levels. And then serum glucose too shown a marked reduction in their levels as well. So this shows that cinnamon can be used in even individuals who are having thyroid disorders plus comorbidities such as high blood cholesterol or high blood pressures or high blood sugars. So cinnamon water extract was also found to lower serum T3, but for T4 and TSH, they remain unchanged. You have somebody who has either subclinical hypothyroidism or any of the thyroid disorders where the labs come out to show that the T3 levels are high. We can also use cinnamon for their management. So black pepper is also rich in antioxidants, just like the other spices that we've mentioned. And for that matter, helps in regulating inflammation. So another study was done in a 30-year-old woman. I know the sample size is small. but it can be a pilot to study the effect of black pepper on thyroid complications. So we also showed a marked reduction in TSH. The TSH was high, but the T3 and the T4 hormones were low, were okay. So that's like a more of a subclinical hypothyroidism. So what happened was that the TSH was reduced at the end of the study. The active ingredient present in black pepper, called piperine, helps in regulating the regulation of the circulating thyroid hormones, for that matter T3. So I'm sure most of us here, those who have had the chance to deliver, know the effect of fenugreek on breast milk production. If you know, you can show by hand if they've ever recommended the use of fenugreek when maybe you delivered and your breast milk flow wasn't adequate for the baby. Did you ever had a chance to meet with a dietitian? So fenugreek has been studied and it has been shown that it helps in boosting breast milk production. And the dietitians here will attest to that fact. We use it in our clinical interventions. And then most of the pharmaceutical companies are even putting their research tools and then research forces into the study of fenugreek. And I'm sure very soon we'll be having fenugreek bags and they'll be selling to our pregnant women, so that when they deliver, they can start taking them. So the mean measured volume of breast milk among these women, the women who were given fenugreek, after the end of the survey or the study, showed a significant increase in breast milk production compared to the other group who didn't get the exposure. So fenugreek intake can also aid in blood sugar control, and for that matter, we also have proofs around that references. So 5 grams of fenugreek, about just a teaspoon worth, was given to a group of 52 diabetics for 2 months. And at the end of the study, there was a significant difference in the mean fasting blood sugar and even HbA1c. And then a recorded weight change. Of course, weight circumference is one of the gold standard measures to determine whether a person is overweight or obese. Not just BMI. BMI is erroneous. So in conclusion, spices have been in existence long before Adam. I don't know if there was somebody present before Adam. The theories. Anyway, let's stick to Adam. So in prehistoric times, these spices and herbs have been used by people of all manners. Indians have, Burkina Faso have. I don't know if Ghana we have distinct spices that are indigenous. Maybe at the end of the presentation, somebody can help us. There's a growing evidence that suggests that natural spices can have significant impact on thyroid disorders, whether negative or positive. So there is a need to study that field and then see whether these spices can help in the management. Of course, healthcare provision has to be holistic, not just medicine. So we should invest our resources in researching the effect of natural spices on thyroid disorders, so that we gain better understanding of how effectively we can manage these conditions and their outcomes. This can potentially lead to improved treatment and outcomes of individuals with thyroid disorders. But how do we do that? It's a question. So I want you to take just 5 seconds to think about how we can invest into thyroid studies regarding dietetics, so that it wouldn't just be medicine, but it will be medicine plus diet. Of course, in reference to whatever we do, we eat. If and only if we have money. But today we are talking about food in the absence of food. Can you imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. My name is Frank.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask Mr. Yimedu and any of the other presenters before him. Have like 5 minutes to take a couple of questions on what we've spoken about so far, thyroid diseases and genetics, as well as the presentation on the role of herbs and spices in the diet. Just raise your hand. I'll bring the microphone over to you, and you can get the answers to your questions. We're live online. Let me just show you where it is so you can send the link to your friends. It's on Facebook, on the Thyroid Ghana Foundation Facebook page. We're live there. So you can just send a link to your friends to let them know how you are spending your afternoon this day. Today, by the way, is also African Union Day. So, yeah, it's World Thyroid Day and then African Union Day. So, double celebration there. That's why she brought her flag. Good one. Okay. In the absence of any further questions, the room is nice. Oh, there's a question. I'll take the microphone over there. All right. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My question is to the second speaker, the dietitian. The first one is very simple. Can you tell us the local name of fenugreek? And I know that we are focusing on thyroid, but I was hoping for our males here, you would tell them that fenugreek is good in raising testosterone and increasing sperm production. Maybe that would encourage them to eat more herbs and spices. Thank you.
The man's ears just perked up. What's the name of the spice again?
The fenugreek, but I don't know the local name.
Fenugreek. Please spell it for us. People want to Google it.
Fenugreek. The last one that he talked about. I was really hoping he will mention that he's a man, and it will encourage.
Mr. Yemedu, release the name of the spice. We want to Google it.
Thank you very much. Because most of the spices are not indigenous, getting to know the local names is very difficult, honestly. And I doubt fenugreek is cultivated here in Ghana. Most even cloves to be sheep cloves. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Do you have pictures of what it looks like?
Yes, yes.
Someone may want to import these things here. You know?
It is okay.
It's a business opportunity. It's a business opportunity for somebody. Give us pictures now. Show. Frank, can't just drop this thing here and then go. Yeah.
We left it for consultation.
Please give us a picture.
So that's fenugreek.
Which one?
The second one. The third one.
What a name. Fenugreek. Where does it come from?
That I don't know.
Okay, all right. We'll just Google it, okay? Or ChatGPT will tell you. All right. There's a question over there.
So my boss is saying you can get it from Nima Market. The spices hub of Ghana.
Nima Market.
Spice can get it.
That's the spice hub of Ghana. Okay, we'll do a documentary on that for GTV breakfast show, and then we'll bring you all the information. All right. So before we have the message from the Thyroid Ghana Foundation board chair, let's have another spot of music this afternoon, I believe. Let me just acknowledge our sponsors while Isaac gets ready with his violin. We are really appreciative of the support from University of Ghana Medical Center, where we are right now, Thyroid Federation International, Hale Pharmacy, Akuma H Productions, Ghana National Gas Company, Republic Bank Ghana, Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance Ghana, the Zebra City Cleaners, Bed Oak Global Limited, Universal Peace Federation, ISO Media, Daily Guide Network, TV Africa, Metro TV, and Original TV. All right, at this point, I'll bring on Isaac, who has switched from violin to saxophone. He has, multi-talented man. All right, Isaac, what are you giving us? What song are you giving us right now?
Morning into Dancing by Ron Kinoli.
Morning into Dancing by Ron Kinoli. All right, let's go. All right. Turn our mourning into dancing. Wonderful. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Beautiful. It's Isaac on the vibes. I wonder what instrument he'll play next. And now we want to hear from our board chair on the journey so far. And then we'll be launching the Thyroid Ghana Foundation Patient Support Fund at the end of his message. Let's welcome Reverend Professor P.F. Ayekumi, board chair of the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. Keep the clapping going. The speakers like to hear you clapping before they speak. Yeah, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. I'll join you too. Thank you. There you go. Oh, you stopped? True.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Chair and CEO of UGMC, a special guest, the President of the Thyroid Foundation International, a guest speaker, and guest from Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, Lagos, Nigeria, Professor Aaron Lawson, our former provost. It's very important that I recognize my former boss. Management, heads and staff of UGMC, our collaborators and sponsors, dearest thyroid patients, our friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to each one of us. It is a joy to be here this day to chronicle some of the things that we have done as a foundation over the years. I must first of all commend Nana for the good work done. You have turned what would have been a disastrous condition into something that has been of benefit not only to your family, to the nation and beyond. Congratulations on that. Yes, thank you very much. I was going to apologize to a dear gentleman, the president of the Federation, for the inconveniences that he possibly went through, and he's here. That's wonderful. So, Mr. President, Ashok Basin, my sincere apologies to you for the inconveniences that you probably went through in the course of getting your visa to come to Ghana. I'm sure if you try getting into other countries in Africa, you realize that it could even be worse. Yes. So our apologies for that. I have the singular honor to, as it were, tell you what we have done so far and what we are doing currently. If I do speak a lot, forgive me. I have no option but to read everything I have on the script. Thank you very much. But first of all, who are we? Let me tell you exactly who we are. The Thyroid Ghana Foundation is a non-governmental organization with the aim of creating awareness for thyroid diseases and bringing prompt and appropriate treatment to those affected by thyroid diseases in Ghana and beyond. The foundation was launched on the 13th of July 2018 and has ever since implemented its mandate of creating awareness on thyroid disorders, supporting thyroid patients, and encouraging thyroid research. The foundation has been supported by the College of Health Sciences, University of Ghana, the Kolibo campus, with assistance from other departments and units that are involved in the care of thyroid and its related diseases. For example, the endocrine unit, the rheumatology department, department of surgery, ENT department, and a few others. The foundation also seeks to encourage government agencies such as the Ministry of Health and the Food and Drugs Authority to introduce policies towards promoting thyroid health. What has been our mission so far? Our mission has been focused on creating awareness of thyroid diseases in Ghana, creating opportunities for early detection of thyroid problems, supporting thyroid research and institutions involved in thyroid disease management, providing access to affordable treatment and advocating for improved healthcare practices for thyroid disease patients in the country. Our past and present activities. The foundation marked the 14th World Thyroid Awareness Week, which was between the 25th and 31st of May, the year 2022, with a series of week-long activities. A celebration under the theme, Thyroid and Communication. It's not you, it's your thyroid. Commenced with a launch and webinar by the foundation in collaboration with the University of Ghana Medical Center. A webinar on My Thyroid Disorder Journey So Far, hosted by Mrs. Nana Ajwa Kunedu Jani, gave persons with thyroid disorders the opportunity to share their experiences and seek clarity on issues pertaining to their thyroid health. There was also a session on nutritional considerations after thyroid surgeries conducted as a food bazaar with two dietitians helping us out. Mr. Frank Ayimedu, who gave the second presentation, I think the third presentation really, and Ms. Elizabeth Amalowe, who also is a dietitian. Both of them were resource persons for that program. The event was then concluded with a webinar on ENT involvement in thyroid care with Dr. Ken Bedu, the head of ENT unit, Kolibo Teaching Hospital, as a resource person. It is worthy of note that the foundation has in place a patient support program which pays regular visits to the endocrine clinic and surgical clinics to educate patients on lifestyle changes needed for managing the condition. It also organizes patient fora regularly to give patients the opportunity to seek clarity about their condition since 2018. The foundation has reached an agreement with medical laboratory institutions and currently offers discounts on all thyroid-related blood tests and thyroid scans which has been ongoing since the launch of the foundation. Again, the foundation conducts various programs and campaigns on thyroid awareness in the country through health walks and talks, and regular engagement with thyroid patients and the media. Currently, the foundation is in collaboration with the University of Ghana Medical Center and is performing subsidized surgeries for thyroid patients, which was initiated during the 2021 World Thyroid Awareness Week celebration. The project has an initial target, the project had an initial target of 20 beneficiaries for the year 2021. Based on the successes of the project and more deprived patients reaching the foundation for support, the foundation wrote to the management of UGMC for extension for another year, the year 2022, which was approved. Currently, a total of 28 beneficiaries have successfully undergone thyroidectomies with 100% success. And I think we have to clap again for UGMC. I must say that the CEO and your team, we are grateful for your support. Without your unflinching support, I'm sure we wouldn't have been able to get this far. God bless you for giving us the assistance. I go on to chronicle more of the things that we have done. The UGMC TGF collaboration has rippled into a continuous positive effect for the University of Ghana Medical Center. By addressing medical conditions that may have otherwise gone untreated, UGMC has invariably promoted social equity and reduced health disparities. To the UGMC, other benefits from its collaboration include increasing patient volume and revenue generation from service fees, increased client referrals, increased publicity and popularity, and awareness creation of efficient thyroid management and treatment at the UGMC. The foundation is also seeking collaboration from external institutions to support its activities, as well as to promote thyroid research in Ghana and Africa as a whole. As there is no data or not much data available in this area. Furthermore, the foundation has produced a book which is yet to be launched. And this is one thing that I should also commend Nanajwa for doing. You have been able to capture all the things that we have done so far and packaged it nicely for us this day. The Lord bless you for the wonderful work that you have done in that regard. We'll be talking about the living lifestyle of the people with these disorders, to access treatment and adopt appropriate lifestyles for better management of the condition. Very soon, I'm sure Professor Lawson will be launching this and will be telling us a lot about the book. Plans are underway to organize fundraising events within and outside the country to support thyroid surgeries and other related care for needy patients. On this very note, please help me to launch the Thyroid Ghana Foundation Patient Support Fund. I declare that at this moment launched. Shall we put our hands together? Before I sit down, happy World Thyroid Day to all of us, and happy anniversary to the Ghana Thyroid Foundation for the wonderful work done. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share. coffee. I'm done.
Thank you, TGF Board Chair, Reverend Professor P.F. Ayekumi, for just briefing us as to what has happened over the last year and where we're going with the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. Thank you so much. I think he deserves to be commended again. And now we have a brief goodwill message from our Nigerian sister. She's with Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, TASI. In my language, TASI means like, it could be stop, or it could also be an aunt, a younger aunt, TASI. So I like the name. Let's bring her onto the stage, Mrs. Iruoma Ofotupe from Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, Lagos, Nigeria. Come with the flag, please.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I bring you greetings from Nigeria. Wonderful people of Ghana, I am so enjoying myself since yesterday. I was in Ghana about 5 years ago, or more than. And I landed at Kotoka Airport, the old one, and I was like, is this an international airport? Yes. So, yesterday, I entered the airport, I was like, wow, what is happening here? I just looked back and said, wow, we need to do more in Nigeria. So I congratulate every one of you. Thank you so much. I stand in the capacity of the founder and the president of Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, Nigeria. And I'm happy to represent Nigeria in this capacity. It's a pleasure to me. But I want to be myself. We are not too quiet people. We are not gentle like that. Nigerians are not very gentle. You know, like Ghanaians. We are very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. So permit me to be myself. So, sir, God bless you. I want to thank you very much for what you are doing for Ghana Thyroid Foundation. I'm so excited. God bless you. And everybody, our president, represented by the wife now, you know, he said he is inspired because of you. And I'm happy that in his absence, you are here. So I bring you all greetings from Nigeria, standing on the existing protocols. I also want to appreciate one man, Mr. Frank. Last year during our public lecture, he lectured us all the way from Ghana. We felt him in Nigeria, and it was very impactful. Thank you so much. Please. These our hands are given for us to clap. Let us clap. Clap for people. Yes, that's more like it. Thank you very much. So I want to congratulate my sister Nana. You are doing wonderfully. It is not easy. It takes a patient who has been there to do what we are doing. It takes a survivor to know what a patient is going through. If you have not been there, you won't do it. What we are doing is a thankless job. It's a thankless job. Sometimes you will do it and get more abuses on it. But what keeps you going? The passion. If you don't have the passion, you can't do it. In the absence of funding, who knows about thyroid in the world? They don't consider it as a major healthcare challenge. But it is eating up women, especially in Africa, due to dearth of awareness. And I thank God, myself and Nana, we have a similar story. But our own is minor, as in is milder because God helped her after a few months. She was able to be diagnosed. Mine was 6 good years. By the time I don't want to waste your time telling you my story. It was you will start crying. The woman you're seeing here, my ghost was revived. Yes, I mean it, literally. So God just decided to have mercy, to show me mercy because of what I'm doing today. So, like she said, when I survived it, and I looked back and said, so many women like me in Nigeria, I want to congratulate Anna. Give a round of applause for UGMC. Honestly, when I came into this environment yesterday, I was like, wow, to see the medical director, am I right, sir? CEO, come sitting down for how many hours? Listening to thyroid. It's a minor thing for them in Nigeria. Yes, I'm so pleased. Please, sir, that support should not cease, sir. We need it. Assessing where you will do a laboratory test in a teaching hospital in Nigeria is a challenge. They rather have PPP, private, whatever support. There is none. Okay, look at him saying confidently that they are open and that the cost is not much. So what I did when I survived it was to go back and, route it as a rescue mission. Because initially, one thing that comes when you are diagnosed with thyroid disease is this, I'm going to die. Am I lying? The first thing is not because we are creating awareness. Is this how I am going to die? Nowhere to do your diagnosis. No, what is it? Scarcity of endocrinologists. Awareness. And that is why superstitions, myth, stigma is on the increase, which we are adding our voices to eliminate. I want to implore, I don't know whether anybody is representing Ghanaian government here or Ministry of Health or what you call it. Let them come to our aid. There are many people who are in Accra. You have so many rural areas. Women are dying because they think that thyroid disease is only goiter. For myself, the goiter did not, I had Graves' disease. Look at my eyes. Then, my eyes were touching, bulged out so much that they were practically touching my glasses. Yes, they were touching my glasses. People were making jest of me. People were mimicking me. They call thyroid a great mimicker because it will go and mimic other popular health conditions. And that is the problem we have. Because according to some of our reporters, they actually said that thyroid disease is underreported in Africa. Because of these mimicking issues, you have a heart palpitation, they will tell you go and take high blood pressure. They will keep treating the symptoms. They don't go down to the underlying cause. We are having similar problems, challenges in these areas. So I advise the relevant authorities, governments across boards, healthcare stakeholders to join force with my sister Nana to fight this cause. It's a scourge. In Nigeria today, you hardly pass like 5 women without seeing one person that has a goiter. This one is the one you're seeing. I had it for 6 years. My systems were already shutting down. Practically, I felt my life leaving me. And I just gave up before God said, no, you have something to do for me. And he made it to be like that because today, there is no problem they bring to me, all these thyroid patients that I don't know how it feels. And they feel more comfortable relating with me than relating because they Then I will go to my doctor and tell the doctor, what am I expecting? What is wrong with me? He will give me one big book like that and tell me to go and read. Other people are waiting for me. Yes, with all the anxiety and all the associated symptoms of Graves' disease, you can imagine that. You give, what am I reading? What am I understanding? Just tell me what is wrong with me. How am I going to manage it? That was how one day God just said, look at where you will go. And within 5 months, the high values of my thyroid hormones were reversed and they went back to normal. And I did my surgery in October 25th, 2012. About going to 11 years ago. And I'm here, alive, kicking, and supporting others. And through this organization, so based on that, like Nana, I now said, let me add my voice, start creating awareness. And today, in my own organization, we have a very big support group like in Ghana too. Support group where we share experiences and also exchange. It's a safe place, it's a safe nest for thyroid people where we express ourselves without anybody judging us or looking at us somehow. And another thing I want to say, psychosocial support is very important for people suffering from thyroid disease because a lot of things happen psychologically. I can remember when I was behaving, I was a nuisance in my office. It attacked me at the level when I'm an insurance consultant. When I had already, set up a record for myself to an executive level, that was when it came to attack me. And I became a nuisance in the office. Psychologically and mentally, I became weird. It attacked me all round. So imagine what an average thyroid patient will be going through. So support each other. And if you're a family member here, try as much as possible to support someone. It can be crazy. One wanted to beat up my secretary one day and she called me and said, please pardon her. That's how it is. It happens like that. In my organization, more than 70% of husbands cannot even cope with their wives. They have abandoned them and run away. Yes. And the women will be soft. After reviving them from this thyroid issue, you start empowering them. So a lot of things are involved in this advocacy. It's not just helping, supporting a patient to be well. You also try to support. If not, morning, afternoon, night, they will be calling you, my children have not eaten. So you still empower them. That is how far we go in our own advocacy. So I want you to support my sister in Ghana. She needs that support and she's working hard, selflessly. Like I said, it's a thankless job. And I want to, my president is here. Let me tell him, he has been so supportive, carrying us, pulling us, doing this and that. And today, here we are, bringing him to Africa for the very first time. So, we appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you for that support. So, we call ourselves champions in Nigeria. I give them positive vibes. You are a champion. You are not a warrior. You can't fight this. God has fought it for you. So you are a winner. Just position your mind that you are a winner. That is how we win. And in my organization, we go to rural communities. More than 20 communities have benefited from our awareness outreaches. And we have about 115 successful thyroidectomies to the credit of TASI, and still counting today. Clap for us. So today I'm in Ghana to support my sister. Come out en masse. Tell people that know people in government that somebody is doing something. She's an unsung hero. Yes, let me tell you. And finally, I want to encourage my champions over here. Don't allow anybody to demean your self-esteem. You are beautiful. You know butterflies are beautiful. We are the beautiful butterflies. Don't allow anybody to trample on your self-esteem. It does not end there. And I want to tell you that thyroid disease is not a death sentence. Did somebody hear that? It is not a death sentence. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that very passionate address to us, Iroma Fotube, Mrs. Iroma Fotube from TASI, Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, Lagos, Nigeria. We're really inspired. And from now, we're going to, we're gradually getting towards the book launch, but before that, I'd like to call Nana Joa and the thyroid. I met one of the people, gentlemen who had undergone a very successful surgery, and he says he's now proud to be an ambassador. And I'm sure he's there. You remember when we met just in the corner. But I want to call on Nana Joa to come up on the stage and with permission, some of the other thyroid patients as well, to talk about the treatment. We're going to do a little appeal for support for them. Nana, talk to us about what it takes to manage this condition. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kaf. So, managing a thyroid disease, I'll say that Ifoma has said a lot, Iroma has said a lot. You have to keep doing lab tests. The lab test is what even takes all the money before the medication. Because before you actually are put on medication, anytime you have to see your consultant, you have to go with a report. And that is what makes them to be able to adjust the medication, whether they are increasing it or they are decreasing it and all that. So it's quite difficult. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you are very fine. After 2 hours, your joints are all hurting. You have a headache. You don't know where it came from. That's what sometimes when people tell you that it's juju somebody is doing to you, you may believe it. Because how come I'm okay now? And within 2 hours, or maybe you've gotten to the office, after entering your office, you start feeling that. Then they will tell you somebody had come to plant something in your office. Won't you believe it? You would. So it's not easy. Also, the stress, you get headaches. The least stress, you get headache. You are tired, you are down. Sometimes you wake up in the morning without anybody even telling you something. You are down already. You are not ready to even talk to anybody. Sometimes you need to really bring yourself out of that to function daily. And this it doesn't go away after you have a surgery. It doesn't. You need to manage it for life. Yes. And what mostly I tell the thyroid patients is, first and foremost, accept the condition. Know that this is me. I'm a very special human being. So I tell everybody, you are special. You are not just like an ordinary person. You're a very special human being. So you see yourself special. So that whatever happens to you, you see it as special. So you don't go and blame it on someone. And when you see yourself as special, you don't just live your life anyhow. It helps you to overcome some of these symptoms or daily things that we battle with. And I would like to commend all the thyroid patients that had passed through the foundation and thriving on and doing well. And I'm looking at them today and I'm excited they are here. And we have new ones who are joining the family from today, who called, they want to join us. And they also have the condition after my media tour for this program. I welcome you all. And I would like to call some of the patients upstage. I'd like to call Precious to come upstage. I'd like to call my sister to come upstage. Those that we know who we had, those of us who really battled. Please come. We are happy. We know that this has been a journey. And we are happy and we are excited that we're able to accept that we are special human beings. I also have some of the guys here. I would like to call on my brother, Mebubia. Joel, come upstage. You know me, I'll beat you. They know I beat them wherever. I'll beat them. To come upstage, and mostly when they follow the advice that we give to them, especially Frank, with the diet support, we are able to overcome most of the challenges and most of the stress that we go through day in, day out. So I would like each of us to say a word so that we can just move on. And with this, with what we are doing, we need support, because we are fortunate. Some of us, our organization supported us. Some of us, we got family support. We got our husbands who supported us, and we're able to go through it. But we have some of us brothers here. We call ourselves as a family here who don't have anyone to depend on, and they are one of the main reasons why we launched the Thyroid Ghana Foundation Patient Support Fund, which was launched by our board chair today. They need support. With the subsidized surgeries that UGMC has offered, they are not able to even pay the half of it. They haven't been able to raise the money. And I would like to call on some of them also here. Ibrahim, Mohammed, if you're here, please come up stage. To support us. So the UGMC has subsidized just a little below half. The full cost of the surgery is 11,500 cedis for the surgery, aside medication and laboratory investigations. But UGMC has subsidized it to 4,500 cedis. So CEO, God bless you. It's less than half the amount. And even that, the foundation had put measures in place together with Dr. Brookman. So we have our Momo numbers. Some of them pay 200 cedis, 500. So when the money is up to, you are supposed to at least make that deposit, the 4,500, before we talk to Dr. Brookman. So they give you a date for the surgery, because the medication bill will come on and some of the laboratory investigations as well. So with that, when they pay it bits and pieces, then when the money is up to the 4,500, we tell Dr. Brookman, then a date is given for the surgery. So that is how it is done.
Can we take off the fenugreek and put the numbers where we can donate? Yes, please. Yeah, it's enough. We're happy with the fenugreek, but we want the numbers. We'll be happy with the numbers. We need to know how we can give. We can give to support. 4,500, that's seriously discounted, and we need to be able to find a way to support our brothers and sisters who are living with thyroid conditions. And so we want to have you're going to change it from here. Okay, so away with fenugreek, and you bring us the contact, the portal. So how can we give? While he's bringing up the pictures, what are the ways that we can give?
So the foundation has a bank account with EcoBank, and you can walk to any EcoBank branch and you tell them you want to donate to Thyroid Ghana Foundation's account, even if you don't get the account number, and EcoBank would let you fill, and then they'll put the account number there. So any EcoBank bank account. But if you are transferring direct from your bank account, the account number is 144-100-250-2505. Our account is very, very easy. Yes. And then we also have a Momo MTN merchant number 059-7385-708. And we have a merchant ID 959268. So if you can use the merchant ID 959268. We also have a Vodafone cash number, which is 050-660-3208. 050-660-3208.
All right. So I just want to go through what's on the screen. So, hooray! Yes, Thyroid Ghana Foundation is 5 years old. It's part of the 5 years anniversary. We are appealing to you to help the foundation raise funds to be able to support patients who cannot pay for the subsidized thyroid surgeries offered by the University of Ghana Medical Center. So we've got you see exactly the options that you want to give. There's a 500 CD option, there's a 1,000 CD option, there's a 2,000 CD option. Thank you so much for that. There's a 3,000 CD option, and there's another option where you can give what you can give. The numbers are all there. The mobile money transfer number, all the information is there. I suggest that you take a photo of this, or so that you can have the information, and so we can help. Remember, 4,500 CDs takes care of one subsidized surgery, and we want to just applaud UGMC for slashing the cost of that surgery. It's wonderful. Yes. So we'll just take a couple of minutes. So for those of you who would like to pledge some support for us today, there's no time like now. So, and I'm sure we have, who's the lady who came and gave me the information? She's popped off. She disappeared just like that. Well, Benedicta, please bless us with your presence. So please, we are looking for your support, and if you want to pledge your support to us, we are happy. The currencies here say CDs, but if you want to give us Naira, we're happy. Dollars, pounds, whatever, we are happy. We want to help support on the 5th anniversary. It's not just about eating cake and saying, yeah, high five, we're 5 years old. We want to be able to help. And with your support, we can do this. We can make this happen. So the details are all over there. And if you would like to pledge and you want to make it anonymously, just let us know. Just raise your hand. I'll come. We'll probably give you the documents where you can put your number, your pledge, everything, and then we can follow up after today's event. But that's exactly what we're doing. We're helping with the subsidized thyroid surgeries. And so Benedicta is around. She's not disappearing anywhere anytime soon. So if you want to make any pledges to her, please call her and she will take your details. Is that correct? All righty. Thank you. Nana, do you have anything else you want to say before we get your people to sit down and continue? We're almost done with today's program.
So I would like to acknowledge Professor Yautete, my Prof, I know you were going to say Cho. My former boss, who is the former provost of the College of Health Sciences, and who also wrote the foreword for my book. Prof, thank you very much for gracing this program. I'm grateful, thank you. And also to acknowledge MDS Lancet. We started the journey with MDS Lancet since 2018. MDS Lancet gives the patient registered under the Thyroid Ghana Foundation 20% discount on all the labs that they do with us. The same as Scamport. MDS Lancet, so wherever you go, whichever branch, once you are registered under the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. So if you're a thyroid patient here and you are now knowing about us, you need to do a registration. Our brother Prince here would give you the ID card. You have to go with our ID card and then you would, Prince, please, where are you? Yes. So after the meeting, see him. He will show you how you will be able to obtain the patient support ID card. Then you can enjoy discount with MDS Lancet, 20% on all the laboratory investigations we do with them, as well as Scamport. Scamport is located at Latebe Okoshi. They also give us 25% discount on any imaging thing that we do with them. Once is under the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. We are grateful to them. We also want to appreciate our nurses at the surgical, especially at the surgical theater, and then the anesthesia, for nursing our patients anytime that they are on your ward, and the general medical ward as well, because we know that some of them also come to the general medical ward for services. Our nurses at UGMC, we are grateful. We say God bless you very much. Thank you very much, Kofi.
Nana, thank you so much. Thank you all of you for being part of this.
Sorry. And I also like to appreciate my husband and the Jani family and the Engman family, the Kumalo family, also for supporting Thyroid Ghana Foundation since 2018. Grateful. Dr. Josephine Apalu, head of endocrinology for Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She's also here. Josephine, God bless you for being with us since 2018 and for worrying you with thyroid questions every time. And please, to your wife, Dr. Jifade, please, when you go, extend our love to her. We love her so much for the thyroid patient who have the autoimmune ones who also go and see her, she's the one special rheumatologist that I worry so much. So take my love to her. Thank you.
It has been taken to her. Thank you. All right, Nana, thanks a lot. Now, just before we eat the cake and have all the sparklers giving us the festive mood, we're launching a book, and I want to call Professor Aaron Lawson and Dr. Engman to come up on the stage. We're going to have a few excerpts from the book, declare it launched, and then we'll let you know how you can get it into your library. So, Professor Lawson, Dr. Engman, yes, I go.
Thank you, Hafi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocols observed. I believe even if you didn't know Nanajua today, you know her. But I think today affords us all the opportunity to know a little bit more about her. So before Professor Lawson launches the book, I'll just read a little bit about Nanajua. Mrs. Nanajua Konedu-Jani is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, a chartered human resource management practitioner from the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management Ghana, chartered professional administrator, and a chartered management consultant from the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana. She also holds a Commonwealth Executive Masters of Business Administration from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and a BSc in Business Management Studies from the University of Cape Coast. She is currently pursuing a PhD in Human Resource at the University of South Africa, Pretoria. Her PhD research is focused on leadership and empowerment on organizational citizenship behavior in public universities in Ghana. She is currently the Deputy Director, Medical and Scientific Research Center at the University of Ghana Medical Center. She has over 20 years experience in various aspects of administration, research, health, education, and corporate, having worked at the Office of Research, Innovation and Development, Office of the Provost College of Health Sciences, and University of Ghana Medical School, Hematology Department, holding various administrative ranks. She previously worked as an administrative officer on the Hunger Project Ghana and in the finance department of the Trasaco Real Estate Company. Mrs. Jani is the founder and president of Thyroid Ghana Foundation, which she established following her battle with hyperthyroidism, that is the Graves' disease. The organization seeks to create awareness of thyroid diseases in Ghana and beyond, and to bring affordable treatment to those affected by it. As part of its action plan, the foundation seeks to establish a state-of-the-art health center for the treatment and management and care of thyroid patients in Ghana, Africa, and the world. Mrs. Jani is the chairperson of the Global Transformational Agents Foundation, an NGO focused on youth development through the transformation of prisoners, advocacy for health improvement of people, peace, and sanitation. She is also the vice president of the National Council of the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, Ghana chapter. She is happily married to a wonderful man and blessed with 3 adorable children. So that is Nanajua for us.
Mr. Chairman, President, Thyroid Foundation, Federation International, Board Chair, Thyroid Ghana Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished media personnel, accept my greetings. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to be invited to the 5th anniversary of Thyroid Ghana Foundation and World Thyroid Day celebrations.
Today, we also gather here to celebrate a remarkable journey of resilience, hope, and triumph. It is therefore with great pleasure and honor that we launch the much-awaited book, Guide to Happiness, Surviving Thyroid Disorders, penned by Mrs. Nanajua Konedu-Jani, the distinguished founder and president of the Thyroid Ghana Foundation, who has not only embraced her own challenges, but has also become a beacon of inspiration for others. Life has a way, as we all know, of testing our spirits, throwing unexpected obstacles in our path. And yet, it is through these trials that we find our true strength and discover the immense power that lies within us. Today, we have the privilege of witnessing such a journey, an extraordinary account of personal transformation penned by someone who has faced the daunting challenges of living with thyroid disease. Guide to Happiness is not merely a book. It is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. It chronicles the author's profound experiences, triumphs, and setbacks, serving as a guiding light for those grappling with similar struggles. This book is a testament to the power of knowledge, resilience, and self-discovery. Within the pages of Guide to Happiness, the author takes us on a heartfelt voyage, sharing her personal battles and the transformative journey she embarked upon. She offers insights, wisdom, and practical advice born out of her own experience, empowering readers to navigate the complexities of living with thyroid disease while seeking happiness and fulfillment. The author's words are infused with authenticity and compassion. Through her courageous storytelling, she paints a vivid picture of the challenges faced by those with thyroid disease, shedding light on the physical, emotional, and psychological toll it can take. But amidst all the darkness, she unearths the light, the silver linings, the moments of hope, and the strategies that helped her find solace and happiness. Guide to Happiness is a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, happiness is within reach. It unravels the intricate threads of resilience, self-care, and self-acceptance, offering practical tools and guidance not only survive but thrive. It is a roadmap for those searching for answers, reassurance, and inspiration on their own paths to happiness. This book serves as a powerful reminder that our stories have the potential to touch lives, to instill courage, and to ignite change. It showcases the transformative power of sharing our journeys, fostering connection, and building a supportive community. It is a tribute to the author's unwavering commitment to helping others and her dedication to the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. Today, as we embark on this literary voyage, let us celebrate the resilience and strength that lie within each one of us. Let us embrace the wisdom shared within these pages and carry it forward, not just for ourselves, but for those who seek guidance and understanding. To the author, we extend our deepest gratitude for her bravery, her honesty, and her willingness to share her journey with us. May her words resonate with the readers far and wide, bringing solace, encouragement, and renewed sense of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together to appreciate the efforts this knowledgeable lady has put in to get the publication out, especially the sleepless nights and sometimes changes in eating patterns. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to benefit from this publication. I therefore urge all gathered here to get copies, as it will go a long way to reduce the negative effects that come with the disease. I strongly recommend this publication to all of us. You may also recommend it to others who did not get the opportunity to be here. I would like at this point to read excerpts from the book. The first two were written by distinguished personalities who had been with her on this journey and therefore contributed to the foreword. A third by Nanajua's own boss. And a fourth, which I find very interesting because it looks at another perspective of the whole issue by her own darling son. The first is by Professor Yao Tete, Professor of Pathology and a former dean and a former provost, a former dean of the University of Ghana Medical School and a former provost of the College of Health Sciences, University of Ghana. Quote, "In plain and understandable language, Nana has covered critical areas of thyroid disease, the causes, the types, predisposing and risk factors, the signs and symptoms, investigations, management or treatments of the various types of thyroid diseases. She also covered the dietary factors that affect thyroid function and how diet can help in the prevention and management of thyroid diseases. She gave her reasons for emphatically recommending that for now, there is no room for non-orthodox management of thyroid diseases. This is a book to read and own, a perfect gift to a friend, a book that must be in every library, both public and personal. Read this book, A Guide to Happiness, Surviving Thyroid Disorders, and be sufficiently informed on thyroid diseases." End quote. The second by Dr. Mrs. Ajua Jane Kansa, Consultant Physician, Department of Medicine and Therapeutics, University of Ghana Medical School. Quote, "A Guide to Happiness, Surviving Thyroid Disorders" is a book of pearls for patients, the public and health professionals. Nanajua shows that optimum thyroid health as well as overall health are within one's reach. Undoubtedly, patients will find the answers to many questions that they just do not remember to ask when they see their doctors. Since founding the Thyroid Ghana Foundation, a non-governmental organization to support persons living with thyroid disorders and the public, Nanajua has acquired a wealth of knowledge on thyroid disorders and offers this in her book. You will find that this book has answers from a dedicated person who wants to make your life or that of someone dear to you better. To make your choices and decisions, you need information. This book will give you that knowledge. It is your body and your choices that count. A must-have book for all. End quote. The third by Professor George Che, Consultant Physician and Scientist, Director of Research, University of Ghana Medical Center. Quote, "What I love about this book is that it is very personal. It is not an armchair philosophy. The author has lived and continues to practice the advice therein. I highly recommend this book to everyone curious about thyroid diseases, a must-read for the thyroid patient and strongly recommended read for all health workers." End quote. The fourth, and I say that this is an interesting one because it looks at the financial aspects of the whole thing, and it's by Oreku Ej Johnny. Nanajo's, as I say, darling son. Quote. And it's a side note, the side note which caught my attention. This book shares light on the lack of financial backing in the public health sector. And I reckon that after reading this book, any government personnel would agree that funding is necessary to aid the cause of helping people with thyroid disorders, and also to aid in the early detection of such disorders. End quote. In closing, I invite you all to embark on this profound journey by diving into the pages of Guide to Happiness. Let us celebrate the power of storytelling, the strength of the human spirit, and the triumph of happiness. I would like at this juncture to invite MC Kafui Day to join me in launching the book.
All right, sir. I would want you to do the declaration. I'll just hold the microphone for you and you declare.
We are delighted to declare the Guide to Happiness duly launched. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. A Guide to Happiness. Whoa, all right. Some fire in the house. All right. Okay, all right. Nice. We like it. Thank you very, very much. Let's move before this one also comes on. Yeah, safety first. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, that's the book, A Guide to Happiness, duly launched. Can I have a copy to look at briefly? Thank you so much. How many pages do we have here? Yeah, 74 pages. And let me give you the chapters. So you've got... Yes. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Keep clapping. Clap for yourselves. Yes. All right. So I'm looking through the book, and it's really, really informative. You have all these people who have contributed to it. So it's not just. So yeah, I found it. We've got. Beating About the Bush, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, My Diagnosis, Thyroid Disorder, exclamation mark, Battling Thyroid Disorders, Medical Investigations Required, Chapter 5, Treatment, Initial Steps, Chapter 6, Treatment Options, Chapter 7, The Big Decision, Chapter 8, A Dietitian Encounter, Chapter 9, An Orthodox Treatment, Not an Option, and it's available very soon. Very soon I'll ask the author exactly where we can find the book, but just suffice it to say that it's been duly launched, and we want to see whether we can raise some good funds to support the whole cause and awareness. You know, everything's about resources. We've got to get things done, and so we're using all methods we can to try and so how many copies of the books do we have? 1, 2, 3. How many do we have, Nana? 5. 10. We have 10? Oh, there's more. Okay, so special gifts with special pins inside, and so depending on what you buy, everyone gets a pin anyway. So we're looking for a variety of offers from 1,000, 2,000 CDs all the way to 200 CDs, and we'll just raise your hand, and we'll bring the books over to you. Remember, we're doing this to support a worthy cause. I'm sure the money goes back into looking after the people who require these surgeries. So we are making it interesting for you. You buy a book, you get the knowledge, and then you know that whatever you have bought is also contributing. Imagine you bought, say, 4,500 CDs worth of books. That's one surgery right there. You know, you've supported the surgery. If you bought 1,000, you're a quarter of a way to a surgery. Yeah, so basically, that's what I can say. If you want to make an anonymous donation, just alert us. Benedicta, I'm sure, is still around. It should come and take your contribution. Can I have a little bit of music in the background? Yeah. Yes, a little bit of music in the background while we do this quickly, eat some cake, and then go for lunch. We're having dessert before lunch, but hey, it's our 5th anniversary, so why not? So it's a guide for happiness. Can I see some offers? any offers for 200 CDs, for 1,000, for 500? Who's going to get the first copy for me? I wanted the first copy to go for at least 2,000 CDs. I think it's not a bad idea. First copy, Guide to Happiness. We'll give you multiple copies of the book. I think you should get about 5 or 6 if you buy it for at 2,000 Ghana CDs. Can you raise your hands? You can also buy it for your organization. Say 2, 3 of you get together, buy for your organizations. You can send it over to people who are living with thyroid conditions and want to get some encouragement for the fight against the thyroid conditions, hyper. You heard it in the presentation that came on the first time. So we want you to help us support Nanajua. It's always very difficult to get the first book out, but if you support her with this one, then she writes the second one. And each book will go with a TGF pin and t-shirts as well. So can I have the music, please? Can I have music? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll bring Mr. Amani to come and do his thing for us. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you. So we are calling on your support for the books. The minimum price is 200 CDs, comes with a pin. Of course, you can go higher than 200 and we will give you more books. So, yes. Now I keep quiet and wait for the first offer to come through. And I know it's Ghana. In Ghana, for those of you who don't know, my friends from Nigeria and Canada, in Ghana, we take our time, We take our time before we make decisions. If we go to competitions, the first game we don't win. Black Stars, first game they don't win. Second game, maybe a draw. And then the third game, they start calculating. If Nigeria scores 4 and Ghana scores 5, we'll go through. So we know how it works. There's a hand that is up. If you're not buying, you're clapping. I forgot to tell you the rules. If you're not buying, you're clapping, all right? So yeah, that's one of the rules. Yes. Yeah, so just raise your hand. We'll bring the package over to you. Let's try and sell all the books that we have here. Of course, if you buy multiple books, it makes it easy for me to finish in time. The books are available. Don't let it be said that, oh, I left and then they bought all the books before I could raise my hand. All right? Yes. Okay, let me go down to the president. President has all the way from Canada has bought a copy of the books for us. Thank you so much. If you're not buying, you're clapping. So you clap. Yes. We're going to sell all the books before I leave. There's a hand up there, lady in the beautiful outfit there, shimmering away nicely. Give her a copy of the book. Thank you. Thank you very much. Another hand is up. If you're not buying, you're clapping. If you're not buying, you are clapping. Yeah. There you go. Any more? Just raise your hands. You can buy it not just for yourself, but for a friend as well. You can buy 2, you can buy 5, keep 1 for yourself, give 4 out, and you'll be spreading the message as well and giving them something to have on a day like this. We're celebrating World Thyroid Day. More hands up. We're happy to receive your support this afternoon. Books are going. How many more? It's about 10 more. Yeah, good. All right, 10, 12 more. All right, hello. Oh, we want 5 more. 5 more, so 6. Where's Benedicta and her crew? Yeah, thank you. Please make our stage lighter. 5 more. 5 more. Thank you. Just no, it comes as a gift. There's something inside for you. Yes. Yes. All right. Okay. So we're still selling. We're still selling. We're still selling. We have to finish. Otherwise, I don't go for lunch. And I don't want to fast. So yeah, just raise your hands. We will bring the books over to you. We've sold quite a few so far, about 10 so far, which is great. Yeah, we're supporting a worthy cause. It's a guide to happiness, surviving thyroid disorders by Mrs. Nanajua Kunedo Jani, and we are happy for your support so far. But 2 are going to Niger. 2 are going to Niger. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Oh, you're clapping now. Give her 2. Yes, yeah. Give her 2. Make sure she takes some of the t-shirts away. Oh, she has to wear those t-shirts in Nigeria. They say, hey, where did you go for? I went to Ghana now. I went to Ghana. Yes, she's right here. She's right here. 2 more. My stage is almost empty. I'm so happy. 1, 2, 3. Don't let it be said that you waited till the end and nothing happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 11 left. The hands are going up. Hands are going up. All right, all right. Thank you very much. The music is working. 2, over to the corner. There's another one there as well. More hands. My people on the right, be careful. Oh, the thing is going away. Please. It's going. Oh, it's going. Carry now. Yeah, there's something about music and money. It works. All right, so let's go. Any more? It's going. Oh, it's going. Yes. Oh, the stage is empty now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 left. Scarcity. Only 4 left. Only 4. 4 more. It's now only 3 more. Okay, gentleman in the back wearing glasses like me. Yes, send it to him, please. Thank you. And the man taking it to is also wearing glasses, which is nice. All right, 3 more to go. Let me raise them up so you can see for yourself the magic disappearing bags. Another one is going to Canada. Oh. Yeah, Canada is going, it's taking. Another one is gone. 2 more. 2 more to do more. Yeah, they are discounting surgeries. Why can't we discount slogans? 2 more to do more for you. 2 more to do more to you, not for. All right, so 2 more. We've got 2 more. 2 more. Listen, if you raise your hand, I'll assume you're buying. I was trained by the hawkers in the streets. When you raise their hand, they come to your car and they want you to take money from you. So if you have to scratch your head, don't do it now, because I'll think you want to buy the books. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Where's Benedicta? Yes, we've got 2 more books. 200 CDs each. You're supporting a worthy cause. You're contributing to the surgeries of our sisters and brothers who need help. A hand is up. Boss, the guy behind the screens is also raising his hands. Okay, all right, we have a lady in blue. Lady in blue. There you go. Last one. It has a special something inside, in case you're wondering. Last one. It's gone? Yeah. Thank you. Here you go. There you go. All right, thank you so much. We've cleared the stage. And please, they're still around. If the bags are out, well, we still have the ones without the bags. They're not feeling cold, but there are no bags. But they're still here, all right? And the books are for a worthy cause. Where can we find these books, Nana? Beyond today, where can we find them? Somebody wants to buy.
Also at Kolebu with prints at the medical illustration unit, and also we can find some at
so right here in Kolebu as well, UGMC Kolebu,
and also at Rich Hospital with Frank Ayimadu, the dietitian.
Yes, indeed. I like the 21st century way of selling books. You know, you don't put them in bookshops. If it's a medical book, go to the hospital and put the books there. I like it. Really good. All right, so let's applaud the author for a great job. The books are still available, so please, as we go, if you want them, just let us know. She wanted me to appreciate especially some people. I want to do that quickly. We cut the cake and then we're done for today. So my list is here. A couple of people to say thank you to. The UGMC nurses are doing a sterling job, especially those at the departments of surgery and anesthesia. I want to say thank you very, very much. We are streaming live on Facebook on the Thyroid Ghana Foundation page. So our online people, we are waving you right now. Wave us right back. We'll be cutting the cake. How you get the cake, I don't know, but you can eat a cake on our behalf. Thank you. And talking of cake, we'll do that after we presented the citations. So we've got a list of people that we want to present citations to. And I want to call on Mrs. Nanajwa Kunedu-Jani to be assisted by Thyroid Ghana Foundation board members and other dignitaries for the presentation of citations right now. So can we have the citations, please? And then we are done with the closing remarks, vote of thanks, and then we'll take our photos by the backdrop. So citation time. so. Okay, so we've got some citations to be presented here. Okay, so this one is going to Professor Yao Tete. We're expressing our sincerest appreciation to you for your dedication, direction, leadership, and immense contribution. It's a long citation, but you've done a lot for us, and so it has to be long. Can we bring onto the stage Professor Yao Tete to receive the citation? Ah. Can we have the Federation President please step up onto the stage to make the presentation? Can we do the presentation over here? We'll do it over here. Yes. So this, yeah, right here to my left. Yes. So this you present to the good professor. Yes. Which one again? Which one again? This one? This one? Okay, yeah, yeah. Is he still there? All right, Dr. Solomon Brookman, our first presenter. This is a presentation to you. Dr. Brookman. Well done. Which one again? Which one again? All right, sir, please stay. This is going to Dr. Darius Osei, our only chairman. Thank you very much. Okay, this is the man who gave us is it Fanny Greek or Fanny? I don't know. Well, this is for RDLD Frank Ayimedu. Yes, you got all the men googling seriously away. Yeah. Many years ago, he was born on this particular day, Thursday. His name is Mr. Prince Yao Badasu, and there's a presentation to him. Mr. Badasu, Ode. There he is. Okay. Well, he was born on Thursday, so I can tell by his name Yao that he was born on a Thursday. Yes, no Google needed. Mr. Leslie Kumahlo, we are appreciating you this afternoon. Leslie. You may take your seat, sir. Thank you very much. Professor Lawson, please, you are our next presenter. Yes. Okay, so this is an expression of our heartfelt gratitude to you for gracing our event. Your unwavering commitment, love, and kindness towards humanity is remarkable. You were here not too long ago. We are bringing you back because it's going to shock a basin. Presentation to you, sir. We should have just let you stay there, right? And switch positions. Yes. Big smile. Is he smiling? Are they smiling? Yeah, they should smile. They should smile. They have to smile. Thank you very much. And this last one goes to a gentleman whose dedication, perseverance, and commitment to excellence have been phenomenal. He's right here with us, Reverend Professor Patrick Ferdinand Ayekumi. All right. There you go. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, you may take your seats. We're almost done. This is the most important part of the event for children under 10. When you tell them it's a birthday, they say, "Where is the cake?" They want to know where the cake is. If there's no cake, they don't believe you. We have a cake. So, Nana, call the cutters of the cake, please.
Our board chair, Prof, will help us. Ashok will help us. Iroma, please. You help us with the cake cutting. Our CEO, Professor Lawson, and Professor Yautite. Yes, please. Dr. Solomon Brookman. You will do that.
Oh, okay. So, I think on this day, whilst we celebrate the 5th anniversary of Thyroid Ghana Foundation, we are happy in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit to, oh, help me. At least you should be clapping. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations, Thyroid Foundation and Ajwa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the honor. It's a privilege to be graced and be blessed with great women and men of integrity here. I'm happy, and I would like to say thank you to all of us for coming here today. I'm most grateful. Okay. On this note, I would like to call the management of the Thyroid Ghana Foundation, Mr. Leslie Kumalo, Mr. Prince Badasu, Mr. Frank Ayimadu, Mr. Afra Harrison, Dr. Abna Engman, and our board chair, Mr. Justice Ba, to join me here for us to also cut the cake and take our photograph. Mr. Bright, all the management members of Thyroid Ghana Foundation. If I've forgotten to mention your name, please appear.
Birthday to you. If you don't sing, you don't get any of the cake. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Us. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to us. Hip, hip, hip. Thank you very much. Now you can clap. And your cake is guaranteed. And now I bring onto the stage Dr. Darius Osei, our event chairman, for his closing remarks. This beautiful 25th May 2023 World Thyroid Day.
Yeah, I stand on all existing protocols, and my work is simple, just to summarize what has happened today and to close the day. I think 5 years is worth celebrating, and today the program is such that we've been taking through a series of presentations. We got the presentation by the first speaker. I doubt whether many of us remember what he said. Yeah, in fact, I'm a doctor, but I was confused at one point, and I was asking myself whether did I study all this some time ago. But I think it was worth sharing with us. Then I think we also got the second presenter interesting, the founder of the International, that is Dr. Ashok. His challenge was getting a visa to Ghana. But going to Canada, sometimes your visa takes 9 months before you get the response. It is one of the most difficult places to go. But I don't think we have control over that. But I think we appreciate your coming and your sharing with us the experience and also championing the cause for the foundation internationally. And then Mr. Prekese came in. And the excitement here was that the men wanted to find what? There. Because we were reminded that it does wonders in some areas. I think we also learned that at least some herbs and spices can help us to solve some problems, and scientifically proven. And so we are happy to hear that. And I hope that you also put in a book so that at least we share with us some of these things explicitly. Then Professor Ikumi also highlighted the history of the foundation, when it was founded and what they've been able to do. And I think listening to him, a lot has been done. A summary or the beginning of the process, what has gone in, the treatment and all the outcome. And I'm sure if you listen to him, a lot has been done, and congratulations, Nanajwa and the board members for the work you've done so far. I was messed up when our visitor from Nigeria started talking. It was emotional and mixed feeling, because I just realized that we are doing something right here in Ghana. And it has all to do with organization leadership. And due attention to the dimensions of quality healthcare, where access to healthcare is one of the first dimensions we look at. And when we talk about access here, we are looking first geographical access, financial access, and social access. And then equity of healthcare itself, where everybody is entitled to healthcare, be it poor or rich. We also come to the technical competencies of those who will have the capacity to treat, and then the amenities required to do so. How efficient and effective when we have all these things, and then the customer care aspect. So if you look at all these dimensions, it comes together to give the good outcome or the best outcome in healthcare. And we realize that at least in UGMC, we've managed to take all these dimensions in the box. We are still not there, but we are doing something right. People are desperate. They don't even know where to go. And when they find it, they don't have money. What can we do to help the needy? We've all been victims before. I'm happy, and I want to thank Dr. Brookman again. He operated on me one night because I came in as an emergency patient. So if you look at the stakeholders in healthcare, we have the providers, we have the clients, and then we have the managers. It is only the clients that every one of us will always become, that is the patient. Whether you are a manager or a provider, and your perspective at that point is that you want to maintain your dignity. You want to be respected and seen quickly. That is the perspective of the patient. And so as we are celebrating this day, we must always place ourselves in that patient corner. And so we are happy that this day is being celebrated. We must all be part of the advocacy group. We should not stop. We hammer more on HIV and others. And from the speaker, I hear that thyroid is one of the least areas that we turn our attention, and then even financially support. So what you are doing today, I think you are on a good course, and we will encourage you to do more. Because from the statistics, If we say 80% of these clients are women, and you know women what they go through. Every morning when I stand up there, people think I don't have work. I see how cars come in, and then the men just drop their wives and move the car away. When the typical African man is sick, the wife will not go to work. If the child is sick, the wife will not go to work. But if the woman was sick, they drop them. And then they ask them when they finish, they should call them, or the driver will pick you. Let us work towards bridging the gap. So, on this note, I personally, on behalf of my own self and the management and staff of UGMC, want to congratulate the Thyroid Foundation. We want to continue our support. And then we also want, through you, to tell the whole world that this place is not expensive. We have experts. We are organized. Our processes are right. We are humans, so you can always find fault with us, but at least for those who have used our facility, can compare us to any place in the world where standards are adhered to. Thank you very much for coming. God bless us all.
Thank you, our chair for the event, Dr. Darius Osei. Ms. Mildred Hanson, who will do us the honors of the vote of thanks. Here she comes.
On behalf of Thyroid Ghana Foundation, University of Ghana Medical Center, and the Thyroid Federation International, I stand before you this moment to express our deepest gratitude as we celebrate World Thyroid Day and Thyroid Ghana's Foundation 5th anniversary. To start with, I would like to express great gratitude to Dr. Darius Osei, CEO of UGMC, and the entire UGMC management, for their unflinching support and input in making the subsidized thyroid surgery collaboration a reality. Furthermore, our sincerest appreciation goes to Mr. Ashok Basin, President of the Thyroid Federation International, for gracing us with his presence, knowledge, and talent. To Mr. Solomon Brookman, Head of General Surgery UGMC, and Mr. Frank Ayimedu, your skills and support is worth noting. Thank you. My next appreciation is to Reverend Professor Patrick Ayikomi, Board Chair of Thyroid Ghana Foundation. To Mrs. Nana Adjoa Kunedujani, President of Thyroid Ghana Foundation, and the entire team of the foundation. Together with the patients who have benefited and everyone gathered here, we say Aiko. You have done well. To the dignitaries, invited guests from home and abroad, sponsors, it's unfortunate I cannot mention all, media houses, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry gathered in here, we say thank you for responding to our call this day. Ultimately, and most importantly, we would thank God for giving us the opportunity and making it possible to celebrate this day. Happy World Thyroid Day and happy 5th anniversary to Thyroid Ghana Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mildred. Closing prayer will be done by Prophetess Precious Enyonam Adzewoda. Here she comes to pray us out. Wisdom.
Thank you. Can we all please be on our feet as we share the closing prayer? Unto you, O Lord, who is able to do exceedingly abundantly and above beyond what we ask or think, we We say, glory be unto your name. We thank you for how far you have brought us as an organization. We thank you for the life of Thyroid Ghana Foundation. And we thank you for all the foundations across the globe, as long as thyroid disorder is concerned. Thank you, O Lord, for what you have done throughout these 5 years of Thyroid Ghana Foundation. I therefore commit the president, her team, the doctors, and anyone involved onto your care, that may you continue to strengthen them. Use them as your vessel to touch and save lives. I thank you for anyone seated here and anybody that has contributed in diverse ways for the progress of this foundation. I pray that may you massively bless them. I pray that may they have an encounter with you that they never had before. And I pray that may you, Lord, continue to provide and support this foundation. As we are going back, may your grace continue to abound with us and take us back into our various destinations. We thank you because we call it done in Jesus' mighty name. Amen and amen.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of our celebration. Please, on your way out, please stop by the backdrop. I'm going to take some photos to capture the memories of this day, the 25th of May, 2023. Talking of memories, my man Isaac is going to play some Maroon 5 for you. Memories as we step out. Make sure you network. Let's take those photos at the backdrop and have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. On behalf of the Thyroid Ghana Foundation, I'd like to say thank you so much. Take it away, Isaac.
For everything you've done for us, Lord, we're grateful. I've come to praise you for your goodness and your kindness, your faithfulness and love you show to me. 'Cause even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's avenue, more, Jesus Christ, more. Hey, sing, I've come to praise you for your goodness and your kindness, your faithfulness and love you show to me. Even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's avenue, more, Jesus Christ, more. Everybody help me say, more, yes, Christ. Hey, say more, yes, more, yes, Christ. For all that you have done, say, for all that you have and all that you will do. Say more, yes, Christ. You've been a great God. Hey. Can I testify one more time? Say, men rejected me, looked down on me, and said I wouldn't make it. But the one that lives in me is greater than he that lives in the world. He said you'll never leave me and never will forsake me. Say more, yes, Christ, more. Can I take it one more time? Say, men rejected me, looked down on me, and said I wouldn't make it. But the one that lives in me, it's greater than he that lives in the world. Said, and never will forsake me. More. Yes. Come on, play on with me. Hey.